tells me that he takes his watchman duties very seriously and that it's important for our safety. The issue is, I genuinely cannot tell if he's joking. Has anyone else experienced something like this? How do I get him to tone it down without hurting his feelings or making him feel like he can't enjoy his quirky interests? Thanks for any advice.
Ooh.
I think, okay, first off, this guy is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
This guy rocks.
Yeah, I think some people, it definitely sounds like he's doing a bit.
Definitely doing a bit.
And some people, I think they just don't know when to end the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, hearing it initially, I was like, oh, you got to support their fun thing. I love finding old-timey stuff at random estate sales and flea market things, just little treasures. Like, I love that. And any partner I'd have would have to support that. But it kind of sounds like she did. And now she's like, okay, okay. And
Good.
I have a hard time when people don't end the bit when you're like, I really need you to stop right now. And they're like, stop right now, I say. Like, that freaks me out.
I don't think she has, based on the context here, I don't know if she has communicated it like seriously enough. Because she said his response is that he takes his night watch duties very seriously.
Yeah.
So I think he's still like
He
in
probably,
the bit.
she probably hasn't communicated to him that she's done with the bit. And she's probably just like, still just laughing it off to like not offend him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think some people like, oh, it's like that I think you should leave sketch where it's like, we're just some pig sluts just eating slop or whatever she said. Like, where it's just like, people just keep taking the bit further and further. And unless you say, okay, we're done with the bit, they're just like, as long as they keep getting reinforcement, they're just going to keep doing the bit. I think she's just got to be like, hey, the lantern stuff was cute. Emphasis on was.
I think she just needs to be like, you're waking me up in the middle of the night doing this. Like, I need to sleep. Can you please not do it?
Yeah.
And then, but the problem is, I think as soon as he stops, that's when like you're gonna get a vampire, or you're gonna get.
Yeah.
If only the night watch were here.
If you broke into, imagine you're a burglar and you break into a house and you come across a man with
watchman?
an old lantern, you're gonna be like, this place is haunted.
Yeah.
And I just came across the ghost.
This theoretically could be part of that. Like, if you call up the store and they're like, yeah, my husband's been acting weird with the lantern. They're like, wait, what lantern? Let me check something. No, they weren't supposed to sell that. Like, it could be a Goosebumps book.
She wakes up in the middle of the night, she finds him walking around with the lantern, and then she looks back at her bedroom and he's asleep in the bed. And she's
I
like,
just got chills.
what's going on here?
I do think, like, when you communicate stuff like this, it can be hard. Like, you're naturally going to hurt someone's feelings at some point. And if you've tried everything, you got to protect your peace. And if you do it respectfully, like, they might be bummed, but you still got to communicate. The one thing I would recommend is, like, speak in your partner's language to start. And like, if your partner's super not getting the lantern thing, there's always this playful aspect where it's like, John Henry McGillicuddy, I haven't seen my husband in so long, and you've been night watching all this time. What about the vow you made to me? What if the night watch only shows up once a month? Because me, your goodly wife, misses you. And it's like, oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I like that. Some comments here. Well, the simplest answer is usually the correct one. Clearly, your boyfriend has been possessed by the night watchman who initially drew him to buy the lantern. Someone else said, not sure why you're worried. He literally says all is well. Someone said, get a bigger, fancier lantern with a brighter light to assert dominance. Make it weird.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think moth infestation, too, could take away some of the fun of the lantern.
Ooh,
that'd
get some
there'd be a
big-ass
lot of
moths
moths.
and leave them in the house and let them fly at them.
Yeah, a bunch of moths at them. Yeah, flying, yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Oh, that's it? There's no update?
There's no update on that. That's that one.
I will say though, like if he is ever going through like a kind of a depressive moment in his life, what she can do is hire somebody to like maybe like kind of like fake break into the house at like 2 a.m. And then when he's doing his little night watchman thing, then he actually like saves the day. And he's gonna feel really good about himself.
But then he's gonna keep doing it. She's trying to get him.
Yeah, that's some reinforcement.
Gonna
but
get him
if he's having a down day,
True.
It's possible too, if you bought a lantern, like you don't want to hire someone to break in case he also bought like a cutlass and a blunderbuss. And it's like, oh, surprise.
He needs that next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that they sold the lighthouse light from the lighthouse? The auction, A24 auctioned it off.
Whoa, how much
Yeah.
they sell it for?
Thousands, unfortunately.
Just for someone else to go mad.
Yeah, I wanna hear the Reddit story about that, where it's like, honey, you'll never guess what I bought. Like, son of a bitch!
I tried.
What?
So like A24, this is going off topic, but A24 had this auction where they're selling off all their props, and I tried to buy The Weeknd's wig from Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, The Weeknd was wearing a wig of The Weeknd's hair from that time period, and they
Cool.
were selling that, and I bid on it,
That's
but
so
I did not
sick.
win it.
Wow.
That's wild. What would you have done with it?
I would have put it on my head.
Okay, moving on. Our next story, also from Relationship Advice. My friend and I have a YouTube channel together. People think I'm the ugly one.
You know, I feel like I should probably just. I feel like this is too triggering for me. Okay, go on. I can't relate to this at all.
Now, just because there's a pretty one doesn't mean there's an ugly one.
Yeah.
No, there has to be. It's you're either or.
We're both over 18. Our channel has just under 10,000 subs. I'm calling my friend Sarah, which is not her real name. I'm being purposely vague. I always knew that I wasn't the pretty one. We've been friends since we were really young, and I've seen her go from awkward kid to really, really pretty. In school, people always asked her out, and they'd do extra stuff for her that she never seemed to notice. I used to be jealous, but we've talked about how I felt back then. I have a boyfriend who makes me feel beautiful now, etc., and I thought I was over it. Recently, since we gained more subscribers, people have been making comments about how sad it must be to be the ugly one. Some of them say my name, but most of them talk about my features that make it obvious that they're talking about me. I've even had people privately message me to suggest plastic surgery.
Jesus.
It's hurting my relationship with Sarah. I know she's prettier than me, but until this, it wasn't really a problem anymore. Being compared to her constantly is hurtful. She suggests that we make both of our Instagrams private and make a joint public one so that we can better control the new hatred towards me. I'm worried that will just bring up questions, and I'll have to explain that I'm so hurt by people saying this stuff, and it's damaging my friendship so much that we've both had to be private. She even suggests that if it gets too bad, we should phase out the channel because it isn't worth becoming bitter towards each other because of YouTube. I just want to know how to feel better about being friends with her. Sarah has never made me feel ugly. It's always been other people. She's the kindest person I know, and it makes me even more annoyed because I know she doesn't have control over this any more than I do. Edit. Huge thank you to this one user, Sloth Jones. They suggested a program that allowed us to find out where the comments might be coming from, and it's an incel forum. It's not just random people finding us and making nasty comments. It's sad, disgusting people who have been pointed to our channel because they dislike the fact that I have a boyfriend. Sarah doesn't, and they don't have girlfriends. Also, I've contacted my therapist and will be continuing with therapy. Thank you so much to everyone who helped me. I've tried upvoting everyone I can get to.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is more like a YouTuber dilemma than a. I mean, I think it is a relationship dilemma of
Yeah.
having any sort of jealousy towards a friend. Or,
I mean, I think like it's unusual because like it seems like actually relationship wise, their relationship is great.
Yeah.
Like for her friend to be so supportive and wanting to do anything possible to try to like mitigate this issue that's totally out of their control is like great. Like that's super sweet. Yeah, I mean like when it was like, oh, like the ugly one, like everyone calls me the ugly one and stuff, like then it made a little bit more sense when I found out that they're like women and like obviously like they're targets of a lot more of those kind of comments online. I mean like that's the issue, like you can't seek any sort of validation from people online that you don't know. And yeah, of course it's coming from incels. Like, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
No, the type of people who leave hateful comments, it's like, who is that kind of person? And it's also when they have anonymity, they get to just do this shit. I just think my thought, and this is a little f***ed up, but whenever I see a hateful comment, and you know, when you're on YouTube, that's just inevitable, right? It's crazy how people find ways. I'm always like, if I met this person in real life, I probably wouldn't give a shit about their opinion. If they said it to my face, I'd be like, I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
but because it's anonymous,